Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. This is Dylan with Tucson Future Classics, and that is our 2013 Chevy Volt. We here at Tucson Future Classics know and love our first generation Chevy Volts. We've probably had a dozen or more of these over the years, and the owner of the dealership has owned at least two of them himself. We have found that they really hold up as the years and the miles pile on. It's not often that a technology demonstrator and a first in its class kind of vehicle like this proves to be as stalwart and reliable as these things have been, but we've found them to be great, and this is an awesome example of that. This is a one-owner, 194,000 mile car, meaning it was bought new right here in Tucson at Watson Chevy back in 2013, and after 194,000 miles and 13 years, the original owners finally decided to trade it in on a new, fully electric Tesla, which is how we got our hands on it. It is done in the perfect desert spec of this white with deeply tinted glass and a light colored cloth and leather mixed fabric interior to help keep everything nice and cool. The owners have clearly cared about it because they've even put, these are 2024 date code tires. These are fresh Michelin Defender 2s, which are really good tires, and as such are really not particularly cheap. Very minimal paint fade on this, which is super rare down here with how strong the Southern Arizona sun is, and meaning it's probably been garaged. And they even went and put a little tiny receiver hitch on the back here to mount a bicycle rack or something like that to load bigger stuff outside the car, so they're not trying to stuff it into the back and tearing up the interior. Speaking of the interior, that lighter colored mixed fabric has held up remarkably well with age. Like, it looks like it was pretty frequently cleaned, and like the fabrics were wiped down. The leather isn't particularly cracked. It's really quite a nice place to be inside, and it just kind of proves that with care and with maintenance, the miles don't really matter. Like, these have proven to have less battery degradation than other vehicles in their class. This one will still get you 20 to 25 miles on all electric range before that gas motor ever has to kick on. And the 1.4 liter gasser in this that runs as a generator has proven to be just really reliable. I mean, lifetime fuel economy average according to this thing's computer is over 60 miles a gallon. There's a trip computer with nearly 4,000 miles on it showing 50 miles a gallon average, and we know they work really, really well. But let's get under the hood. I'll show you that generator motor. We'll get inside of it, in the back, and take it for a spin. One really cool thing about these Volts is when you have the car on and you pop the hood, the engine turns on in a maintenance cycle so you can listen to it run, which we're gonna do right now. But that 1.4 liter generator motor hums away up here, and it's a really easy to understand engine bay. You've got your engine coolant here, your air cleaner is here, these two coolant reservoirs here are for your battery pack, inverter, and electric drive motor. Check your engine oil there, add oil there, brake fluid is up top here, and then you've got some more of the Voltec electronic drive goodies here, and a fuse box there. It's a nice, simple to understand engine bay. Opening up the back hatch of the Volt, the goodness continues, because there's a few things you never see in these on the secondhand market. First being this little privacy screen / sunshade for your cargo in the back. So it just hooks into these little clips here. You can drop it completely out of the way if you want to. These seats do fold forward to make a pretty decent sized load floor, and that armrest does come out to make a nearly level platform. But underneath here is something even more surprising. Not only do you have good storage down here, as shown by my full-size dealer plate, a couple of my storage rags tucked over here, but over here, that is the factory GM Voltec portable charger still in this. It's the regular old wall plug here with the adapter here for your just standard plug it into your wall and go for level 1 charging. These are never left in these cars, so it's extra special to find one in here. This next to it is your tire repair kit, so it's just an air pump with some fix-a-flat goo just in case. Under here you've got your 12-volt accessory battery tucked down in there, and you've got decent little lockable storage components, or storage compartments rather, right here that snap back in. Keep some more of your stuff, you know, out of sight and out of mind. Coming into the back of the Volt here, I want to show off one of the cooler design elements of this vehicle as well. This is a true 2+2 all bucket seat car, meaning not only do you get a center console and armrest here in the back seat, which is another thing that's basically never in these in the secondary markets, but backseat passengers get a cigarette lighter style charge port, 2 cup holders there, as well as their door pockets here. Now, climbing in, I'll show you around. Shut that door. I'm 6'1" and 270 pounds. I'm not a small dude. I've got some headroom because of the back glass lifting up slightly, and decent gut room and leg room even behind my own driver's seat. So this is not a bad place to spend some time. And as we pan around, you'll see that nice dual fabric, leather and cloth seats helps keep everything cool and comfy in the back. Climbing into the Volt, we'll fire it up, and I'll run you through everything you interact with up here in the front. Now, this screen is gonna flicker occasionally because of the refresh rate between my cell phone and it, but it doesn't do that in real life, I promise. I'll try to hold my phone in a good place to keep it from flickering. But I'll start over here on the door. You've got your power windows and your power mirrors here. Your door locks are right here. Down in the bottom, you have a big storage area here with a cutout for a big water bottle, as shown by my Nalgene bottle here, with the openers for your charge door and your fuel door there. Here on the side, this scroll wheel controls the center screen on here, and there's a bunch of information, that everything from, you know, your actual tire pressures, any messages that the vehicle might have, a real, you know, a graph showing distribution of power between the electric motor, the gas generator, and your battery. Following distance, navigation can be ported there, and your 2 trip computers, with this last trip computer being almost 4,000 miles long, showing an average MPG of 50 miles per gallon, which is pretty nice. Moving down to the wheel, you've got your cruise control controls on this side with following distance, lane keep, and then your standard cruise control is here, and your audio and phone controls are here. One other cool thing behind the wheel on this stalk, there's a second horn. So you've got your standard car horn, but if you're in drive or reverse and you push this button here, see that picture of a dude there? Push the person horn, and it is a quieter volume horn to alert pedestrians that you're coming along in your silent electric vehicle, which is kind of fun. Another thing up here on the windshield, you see these clips here. Those are for a clip-in sunshade, which unfortunately didn't come with this car, but it's evidenced that it was used by just how nice this dashboard and all the interior stuff is in here, because it has been protected from the sun. It has held up incredibly well for 194,000 miles. One other nice thing that never works in these but does in this spring-loaded little center cubby here. It's got a 12-volt charge point there, and you can keep stuff out of sight, out of mind in there. Moving straight down, you have your main screen here, and these are all haptic buttons. They don't actually push in, you just touch them and they go, which is a kind of nice feeling and a really well integrated infotainment system here. So from your home screen, you've got 3 different pages showing everything. I mean, you can quick jump to what is now playing. Your climate control stuff is there, as well as being repeated right here. Energy is the same as this hotkey here. Navigation, it does still have its nav, and you've got AM, FM, XM, line in, Pandora, Bluetooth, auxiliary, and USB. So you've got a ton of infotainment and music options in this, which is nice, because if you look down there, that Bose tag means this one has the premium sound, and this being a 2013 is the first year you could stream music with the Bluetooth on your phone instead of just doing phone calls. Now for the rest of these, you've got your heated seats, driver and passenger. CD slot is right there. If you go to eco mode, it'll pull up the eco menu and gauge, showing real-time power distribution from battery, generator motor, and the electric motor driving the wheels. Charging lets you change the rate of charge on your portable charger, as well as setting a delay if you want to take advantage of off-peak cheaper electricity. Energy info just shows you your driving style, what is the most consumptive part of it, as well as lifetime energy usage and split between charges. So this particular charge in this tank is shown here, and the lifetime average of 63.3 miles per gallon over all 194,000 miles is still shown right down there. Moving down below, you've got your standard shifter here, but the way it notches in and sits in this bezel is cool. And this is actually a pass-through behind it. I'll pull this back. This goes all the way through from both sides, and I like to keep my personal phone there to keep it out of the sun, keep it from overheating while I stream music. Down below, you've got another cubby there. You've got two more cup holders here, big center console here, and it has another 12-volt cigarette lighter charge port, USB and auxiliary line in right there. Over on the passenger side, you can see these seats, how it is both the leather and the cloth, the dual material, and it looks quite well. It's held up pretty good, and it does, being of a lighter color and being fabric, really helps keep you cooler in the desert. Decently sized glove box here, and then up above, you've just got your standard fare sunshades. They extend, they retract, the vanity mirrors light up. Leaving out of the parking garage, I've got all the windows open so you can hear any noises this thing may make. Now, I have been driving this around a fair bit, so it's not going to be running purely on its battery, but you'll still get a good feel for, actually, maybe we'll get lucky and it'll kick on inside, and you can hear that motor kick on with all the echoing that you'll get in a parking garage. Plus, this way, if there's any like squeaks or rattles or anything, you're going to hear it echoing, and we'll both find it together. But going through, it is just, I mean, remarkably quiet. There it goes. There's the gas motor. So the gas motor just kicked on when we hit 9 miles of all electric range remaining as a buffer, since I'm running the AC. Now on these, if you're in drive, it coasts more. If you put it down into low down here, that'll give you more aggressive regenerative braking. And we'll just scoot through here with some speed so you can hear under acceleration and under braking, no particular bad noises or squeaks. Now, up above, I have the parking sensors turned on, and I'm going to knock it into reverse here. You do have a backup camera there. Again, the flicker is purely on my end, not on the car's end, but remarkably good resolution on it, and it will yell at you if you start getting too close to something behind you. Getting up to speed out here on the interstate. You can hear some of the sensors beeping at me for the lane keep warning and lane departure warning and all that fun stuff. But getting up to speed here, turn the cruise on, set it right. You know what? We'll go all the way up to 75, which is kind of your standard fare West Coast and Southwest interstate cruising speeds. Just have a listen. Not a lot of wind noise, no vibration in the wheel. Very comfortable and competent out here on the highway. And this is the only time that that gas motor will ever directly drive the wheels. At highway cruising speeds like 65 miles an hour and up, a clutch will engage and it will one-to-one directly drive the front wheels with the gas engine to further increase its efficiency. It's a really interesting and well thought out system in these cars. And here in town on your more urban or suburban kind of typical commuting speeds, 45 mile an hour road here, just sitting, driving through the city, fairly rough pavement on this stretch, and I'll make sure to have the camera running in just a minute when we get to some really, really rough stuff. So right here, some of the worst pavement you're gonna see in Tucson or in most urban settings, and it still soaks it right up. There's one or two little squeaks from some of the interior plastics here running, but not bad at all. Little uphill strip of frontage road here that is basically empty. We are in sport mode, traction control is off. I'll show you a quick 0 to 40 to 0, showing there's nothing hiding in the braking and suspension system under full accelerative or decelerative load. Ready, set, go. right to a stop, and you can hear that engine kick on to give it that extra grunt when it's floored. That wraps everything up on our 2013 194,000 mile Chevy Volt. To come see this example of aging with grace for yourself, all of our contact information to make an appointment will be linked in the description below. And in just a moment, our phone number will be on screen so you can more easily call us or text us to make that appointment. As always, I have been Dylan. We'll see you soon.